Welcome to Real Shock, the good, the bad, and the what the f***, where I make an unsuspected guest watch the worst, weirdest, and most disturbing films so you don't have to. Today we are fresh out of the theater because we just finished watching 2023's The Toxic Avenger.
Not a Marvel movie.
Real Shock. You're not even allowed to say the word superhero, it turns out. That is owned by Marvel and DC. You have to use the word superhuman.
Excuse me, no, superhuman. You get a lawyer's letter because Warner's and Marvel co-own the word superhero.
Really?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Toxic Avenger, a not superhero. Damn it, I said.
Mo, first reactions.
Oh, man.
Did you know what you were getting into? You went in fresh, right?
Yeah, I went in fresh. I saw the poster. I've never heard of Toxic Avenger, and I thought it was hilarious, entertaining, and way more details. It's like a old campy horror comedy, but like modern day.
A modern splatter comedy is what I got. That's part superhero,
Excuse me, no.
part satire, part pure chaos.
Yeah, that was chaotic.
It was chaotic. But I want to talk about the comedy. I did not really enjoy this film for what you think you would enjoy it for, like the gore fest, the cult idea. This was actually a really funny film. I laughed a lot. This is a comedy.
Yeah, it targeted the right people. The gore was for the people who wanted the gore. The comedic relief was definitely to just fill in the blanks, because or else then you just have gore in a wild, chaotic story.
We saw this movie showing up. We were just in time for the crowd to be out front, and it was a very, and I don't mean this in any derogatory way, it was a very gay crowd. And I thought, is this really the Toxic Avenger crowd where that's who it's for?
Now there was a queer event ahead of the movie,
Yeah.
so-
I was really proud. I thought like, wow. And then the crowd completely changed.
Yeah.
It looked night and day difference. Let's get into the history. You also did not know that this was an old culty grindhouse film.
Yeah.
You had no idea.
I came to Canada in 1990. So if I had this on as a cartoon, my parents would turn that off real quick.
The Toxic Crusader, which that's how I figured out what the Toxic Avenger was. Just found out it was called Crusader. But I knew about the Toxic Avenger my whole life because as a kid, I owned the No Zone toy. You're seeing it right now. I just want to say one thing to the parents out there. When you're getting your kids these toys, go and buy them the Toxic Avenger, not No Zone. Get them Bucky O'Hare, not little Willie. Okay, get them He-Man, not Merman. There's a reason why these characters are on the cover. No more B characters. Just do your kid a favor.
No wonder you try to be so cool as an adult. You have a very deep desire to be cool.
It hit really hard, you know?
Yeah. I had the He-Man toy, straight up.
Yeah.
Like flex.
So your parents were the
Yeah,
good one. And
they
you
got
were
me
the
the
little
He-Man toy.
brat
Oh, I
that
wouldn't
would
bring
come
that to school. Are you kidding
keeps
me?
it for himself. Okay. This is a 2025 film, or is it?
Yeah.
This was a 2023 film. It came out at Fantastic Fest 2023, but was considered unreleasable for mainstream distribution. I knew about this and I was worried. I knew about this because I like the director. This is, God damn, I forgot his name. Something Blair, M. Blair, let's call him. And he is the main actor of Blue Ruin, a little part in Green Room. He's the muse off of that director, Jeremy something. And then he started making his own films. He made a film with Elijah Wood, I Don't Feel Very at Home Anymore. And it was a great little indie comedy. So I like this director. I knew about this. And I thought, I really hope he didn't screw his career up already.
Well, I want to know what they fixed because that was a good movie.
There was nothing wrong with this film.
Yeah, there was nothing
It was very
wrong.
releasable. And all the logos that came up at the beginning, didn't recognize any of them. That's all because
Right?
we just needed anybody to take on this film.
Yeah, this was an entertaining movie. There was definitely nothing wrong.
Let's talk about the tone and the style. The style is great. So in the trailers, I thought the lighting and everything was way overdone, like Hobo with a Shotgun and all the Nicholas Winding Refn films. They're just bright neon colors, but it's not that all the time. And when it's not that, the scenes look phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like when it's not overdone, and it's only overdone because it's such a gory film or it's like a campy film and they mean for it to be overdone. But when they're not overdoing it, it looks so beautiful. It looks like it's a Zack Snyder film.
It reminds me of when they hyper colorized Batman, that Michael Schumacher movie.
Yeah.
Or is it Michael Schumacher?
Joel Schumacher.
Joel Schumacher. Sorry, Michael. Yeah, they really colorized Batman. And I was like, this is going overboard. Even Mr. Freeze was like all blue and all this
Yeah.
stuff. It kind of reminded me that nostalgic vibe.
I actually hate that when it goes overboard. And I didn't like it when it was overboard in this film, but it's not done all the time like I thought it was going to be. And when it wasn't, it looked really, really gorgeous. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I like this, but it looks so good.
Surprisingly, way more daytime shots than I thought there
A
would be.
lot more daytime shots, and they were really gorgeous. I don't know if they were CGI backgrounds or something, but somehow it really worked. It was like shining off of the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, practical makeup was great on this one.
That was not Peter Dinklage.
What are you talking about?
That is a nice little small woman in that makeup.
No,
That is a tiny little Portuguese woman in that makeup.
I don't believe it.
She's
That's
like
all.
110 pounds, and she's great at doing that little Toxic Avenger impression. That was not Peter Dinklage. He was just the voice.
No, I need a fact check. on
Peter
that.
would record everything as an actor on video. She would take it home. She would learn. She would do the actions. So it was her imitating Peter Dinklage and Peter Dinklage imitating her to get the final result.
That is messed up.
Yeah, it's great though. Little Portuguese
Can we
woman.
fact that? Do we have a person in the background to fact check?
Yeah, there's always a person in the back of
All
the
right.
walls.
Like a
I need a fact check.
Yeah, he's
we need
back
one
there.
of those.
He listens.
Yeah.
He's always there.
All right, great. Please fact check that. I don't know how to do it during, but
The critics compared this gore and absurdity to early Peter Jackson and Sam Raimi, which is exactly what this film is. I didn't quite know why I was enjoying it because I'm like, this is not a film I would enjoy. I didn't even really want to see it. I only did it for the podcast. But it is a comedy horror without the horror, really. It is one of those Sam Raimi, Peter Jackson old school films. And I kind of miss that.
I never grew up on those, so
No.
those I avoided.
You never watched Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness?
No, I didn't like the dude with the chainsaw hand.
That's not what he's called. Ash. You can call him Ash.
Yeah, I don't want to call him that.
So let's get into the breakdown, folks. That was the spoiler-free half of it. Now we're going to get a little bit spoilery. We'll try to be vague. The only footage I am showing you is going to be from the trailer. I mean, that's the only footage available right now. So It's only trailer footage. If you saw the trailer, the red band trailer is very gory. Be advised of that. And we'll talk about spoilers, but we'll try not to go too crazy. We won't give you every little detail, but the general idea of the story. Winston Gooze, played by Peter Dinklage, is introduced as a struggling janitor working at a corrupt corporate-run health facility. He's dealing with a terminal illness that the system won't help him treat. And on top of that, he's a single parent figure to his stepson. Their relationship grounds the film. Winston generally wants to do right by the boy, even if life keeps kicking him down. Enter Bob Garbinger, played by Kevin Bacon, the sleazy, corrupt villain who represents everything broken about healthcare and capitalism. His greed and cruelty make him the perfect antagonist. After a humiliating workplace incident, Winston suffers an accident that leads him to fall into toxic waste. His body mutates into the grotesque yet oddly heroic monster we know as the Toxic Avenger. So that's Act 1, and unfortunately, that takes like 45 to 50 minutes.
Yeah, it did.
That was way too slow.
Well, I got to be honest. There was a lot of emotional investment in really feeling bad for Winston. Because
Surprisingly, you do like this guy. Like, there's nothing
Yeah.
grimy like the original or anything. Like, this is actually kind of a sincere film for a guy who's going through it and being a good guy the whole time.
he tries to be good. He's like the underdog. You want to root for him. You want to see him become Toxie.
Yeah, and he doesn't really fail. He's just a small person living this life and he gets bad hands handed to him all the time. So we should mention right off the bat, his wife died and her son is now left with him. So he's the stepdad and he's looking after this kid and he cares.
Yeah.
He really cares. He's
Deeply.
trying to keep this kid going because this kid's got no family anymore. And unfortunately, he gets handed the bad news that he is diagnosed with something. He's got about a year to live max.
Yeah. Devastating.
So the whole story kind of starts off with that because now he is rejected from his insurance company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is run by the benefits of his business.
That's right. BHT. Yeah, they're a health company, and yet they are skirting the laws and dumping toxic waste everywhere. And he's just in the facilities mopping it up, and his benefits should have helped him. But again, I feel like this is a place in the US because insurance is not helping this
He had
dude.
the platinum plan, not the gold plan.
And you think platinum is better than gold, so it should cover gold.
Unfortunately, that's the tier system. So because of this company, we have people investigating it. There is a reporter and a young lady who have gathered some information to take down this corporation. But the older mentor reporter is murdered by this villainous. At first, they're silhouettes. Let's call them silhouettes right now.
Yeah.
villainous silhouettes. Did you
From
catch
the
her name?
drive. JJ?
JJ, played by this beautiful actress. She was in that movie Zola or whatever it was.
Great job.
She
I
was
like the
also-
team up. The team up
was very-
between her and Toxie was, I didn't predict that. I didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't either.
I thought she was going to leave him at the facility when they both broke in and trying to break out.
I thought it was going to be very limited after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a team up thing, and her comic timing is very good. She's not trying to be funny, but she's really helping out the comedy with her reactions and how she handles lines.
Badass character. Loved her.
There is also, on top of this evil corporation, which is headed by Kevin Bacon, there's also a mob. There is a lot going on. There's a lot of different fractions going at each other. The mob, Kevin Bacon is in debt to the mob because of his business or his poor investing skills.
We're past the days of one bad guy. There are many bad men.
Which I love. If you love Casino Royale, you know when you put a bad guy in a corner, that's his best antagonist skills come out. You know, he's backed into a corner in this.
Yeah.
I love that. It didn't need that. This is a campy comedy film, and it went Casino Royale on us.
We needed to see Bacon's character get desperate enough.
What's his name? Elijah Woods is the head of security for Kevin Bacon. And I never liked how his character looked in the trailer. I thought that looked overly campy. And I was like, surprisingly, he pulls it together, and he's not a bad character. He's actually a pretty good character. He's more of like a disabled kind of character than an evil, creepy guy. The trailer makes him look worse than he is, but I still don't like the look. It's just over the top compared to everybody else.
He's constantly bullied by his much cooler, more successful older brother.
He looks like he also fell in a vat of goo.
And like lived a long time because his hair is thinning and he's still goth.
So Winston needs to get some money for this surgery or procedure. So he decides to steal from the company. But in doing so, he meets up with JJ again while she's doing some corrupt stuff. And the murder gang, the Silhouettes, which I think we now know is a band.
Yeah, band. Nuts? Something nuts?
Summon the nuts.
Killer Nuts, maybe?
Killer Nuts.
And they're like an insane clown posse kind of band. They come out, they actually deal with Winston. I won't spoil anything too much, but that is how Winston ends up in the toxic vat of goo. How'd you like the transformation scene?
I didn't want any of this.
Oh, real 80s odd.
Beautiful.
Editing.
Beautiful. Crazy. I love the editing.
Yeah.
If that was the only shot like that, it wouldn't work, but they do that a lot throughout the film. It looks really good. Now reborn as the Toxic Avenger, Winston has to balance his monstrous new form with his human responsibilities, especially towards his stepson. The kid becomes an anchor point, reminding Winston that he isn't just a freak. He has someone depending on him. As Toxie begins exacting violent justice against Garvinger's cronies, the movie dials up its mix of slapstick gore and cartoonish set pieces. We get exploding bodies and absurd dismemberment that remind us more of the early Peter Jackson and Sam Raimi days. Toxie also encounters a mysterious man in the woods who seems like a deranged prophet. The man delivers cryptic warnings, both unsettling and comedic, that push Winston further down his path as an unwilling anti-hero. So Act 2 starts off with some gore right away. Upon trying to see his son, he falls out a window onto the mobster, the mob that we talked about earlier, son's car. And right off the bat, we get a nice little arm torn out. I think your wife gasped at that.
Yeah.
There was no gore yet, and we're like an hour into the film.
Oh, yeah. I know it took a long time for the gore, but that arm getting ripped out, I was cheering because it's a mob guy bullying a little old lady with a business, and he wants to buy her property by like pressuring her and threatening her with the cat.
Bothering Daisy by stealing her cat, Peter Dinklage's neighbor. Very nice little old lady. So Peter Dinklage has to leave, and he's in the woods. And one of my favorite characters is this guy in the woods. No idea what his name is, but he is at first coming off like that smart, sophisticated guy.
Yeah.
He's not that at all. He was the complete opposite of that.
We don't know that yet when we get introduced to this character.
He's high as hell, and he starts giving a speech about how you don't think you're nothing special, and it kind of goes nowhere.
Yeah,
he just forgets what he was talking about.
And he makes Toxie feel even worse. And then he tries to kind of show Toxie how to use his broom as a weapon, and that was hilarious. If you can ever imagine a homeless person just shaking a broom.
And so now that he's equipped with his weapon, He heads to where he sees on the news as like a terrorist act at Mrs. something or other.
Or
Mrs.
Meats.
Meat.
Miss Meats.
Miss Meats.
I'd like to label them as incels because they're upset that it's Miss Meats because there was a Mr. Meats before.
Yeah. So they have their guns ready, and lo and behold, the Toxic Avenger shows up for a gore fest.
Oh, yeah.
A beautiful gore fest. You saw some clips in there. I might have to blur them out, but it gets pretty gory. They show it. One thing that bummed me out is it wasn't as practical as I thought it was going to be.
I like the way you put that bummed you out because there was definitely a bum in that. Did you notice the acne?
No, I did not.
Oh my God, I looked right at it.
The murder band, the Killer Nuts or whatever they're called, are now tasked with kidnapping Winston's son because Kevin Bacon has discovered that the Toxic Avenger is, they actually do some smart math. Like I saw the video and I saw Peter Dinklage with the mop, and then you see Toxic Avenger. I thought it was going to be the mop. It's like, he's clearly the same guy, but he actually like used the AI system to see like he was wearing the same clothes and the badge.
Yeah, the security footage from when he was broken. He had broken
when he broke
in
for the money.
Yeah.
And to when he was obviously the Toxic Avenger. They put it together very quick, and they're like, he's got a son. Let's just go get the son.
And that's how you know the head of security, his brother, was doing a good job.
He was really good. Yeah. Like I said, Elijah Wood is killing it. He's not just some horrible, dumb character. He's actually doing a pretty good job in this. So now their mission to get the son back. I don't know why, but they don't go straight to where the son's kidnapped. They go to killing the band.
You know what? Because that's smart. That's strategy. So why not take out the strongest?
They went right for the team, the killing team, while they were vulnerable. They were playing at a festival, and Toxie shows up and annihilates them all on stage.
Oh, great.
But it gets us to a pretty funny scene. One guy who took off running, JJ stops, and they pull off the mask to reveal.
We could see it like take a breath and then blink and then talk. And I'm like, okay, can we not look at this person anymore?
It looked like something out of Total Recall.
Total Recall, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. The final act brings Winston and Garbinger into direct conflict. As Garbinger tightens his grip on the city with corporate thugs and corrupt officials, Toxie goes full berserker, unleashing some of the film's most outrageous gore gags. The violence escalates into live-action cartoonish territory. The emotional heart comes back to Winston's stepson, who ultimately sees through the muck and recognizes his stepdad as the hero beneath the monster. The film ends in a chaotic fashion, a blood-soaked, slime-drenched parody of the superhero finale, but with just enough heart to make Winston's journey feel bizarrely meaningful. They end up getting kidnapped almost immediately, unfortunately. I do hate stuff like that, but it does work in this case. You show up, you get gassed, and they're automatically kidnapped.
Yeah, because you know what? I don't want this to be too obvious of a situation. Again, the element of surprise was great because sure, the first act of like the plan to distract the security guards worked, but did they really have a plan for the rest of the time?
Right. I think they were just going to go in guns blazing, weren't they?
You can't do that. They actually don't have guns. It's just Toxie with a broom and the girl.
He is bulletproof, though.
She's badass. Oh, yeah. Well, not bulletproof per se. He has a healing factor.
Bullet resistant.
No, resistant means it doesn't go in.
Definitely bullet resistant.
If it penetrates, you're not resisting.
Once they're kidnapped, the plan is they actually want what's inside Toxie to make a serum, and I guess the whole time
perfect the serum.
That was the plan. That was Kevin Bacon's plan.
That's right.
I thought again his back was to the wall, and that's why this was happening. The next thing that's going to happen, but it was his plan to drink the serum if it was perfected.
That's right. That's right.
So he takes it, and he ends up killing the mob himself, Kevin Bacon, that is.
Oh, you're skipping the best part of keeping Toxie hostage. He's in triple titanium chains, and they're draining him of like spinal fluid from the back.
That's how they got the serum, yeah.
And then Toxie has this amazing idea to get out of these triple titanium chains by, I don't know how to put this, but relieving himself.
It turns out he has acid urine.
Ooh.
It's not as pleasant as we're making it sound because out comes the Mondo Dong.
Oh, it's silver. It's the silver bullet.
It doesn't match him at all. It looks like a kid's sci-fi zap gun.
Yeah.
It is chromed.
It's shiny.
Veiny, huge, and he starts pissing all over his own neck.
I was jealous.
And of course, JJ's next. And we've discussed this. We didn't know JJ's reaction. It's so funny, but we don't know, was she against it or for the being peed on?
Yeah, you guys should watch the movie, come back, comment, Let me know what you think. Is JJ down to get out of those shackles happily or uncomfortably?
So Kevin Bacon is now something out of Beauty and the Beast.
Oh my God,
He
worse.
literally looks like the Beast. And I don't enjoy these fight scenes. I don't enjoy monster on monster fight scenes, especially when you're in such heavy makeup or you're wearing such heavy stuff. They never look good. They're punching at the air and stuff, but they do have weapons, and the weapon was kind of cool. The mop versus the giant axe. But I am not a fan of like one-on-one fight scenes with monsters. So that's it for the breakdown. And final thoughts on that one.
Yeah, I love it. Honestly, it was a great movie to see. I loved going in blank, not knowing what this was going to be about. It was a roller coaster. It was a fun roller coaster. Lots of nostalgia, lots of blood, too many pimples on asses, but it was good. It was great.
I did not like it, but I didn't hate it. It was all right. It's not my cup of tea, but surprisingly, it was very funny. I haven't laughed out loud in a theater in a long time, and there was like 3 scenes that like literally made me laugh. So I'm actually going to vouch for it. You should go see it. You probably will like it.
Definitely.
I'm a little more of a serious guy. I don't like campy.
Well, at least now you know it's like campy gory instead of knowing that it's hunky dory, and that way you're not in for a lie.
Let's get right into the most what the moment. I got 3 scenes for you. Let's start this off with the guts from butt. It was, I didn't know why they were showing us this ass, but then all of a sudden he starts ripping out the guts from the ass.
Later on, we see the guts from the butts on the ground of the diner. I don't know if you
got
noticed.
that? Okay.
I was grossed out.
We got the band member with I could not stop laughing at that reveal, and it's so awkward and kind of gross. It's definitely a what the moment. And then finally the Mondo Dong acid pee, when that dong comes out and he starts pissing on himself. It was something else.
Jeff Bezos should be jealous because that dong really looks like a much better version of his rockets.
Yeah. So Mo, tell me about all 3. Pick one. Do whatever you want to do. Where we going?
Man. I love the acid urine and the anal butts situation, but my goodness, that was my most what the fuck moment.
Guys, it's official. Was the what the fuck moment. I could not stop laughing. I felt gross. It came out of nowhere. I did not. This was going to be a character we already knew. Something revealed to see. And everyone was kind of taken back and grossed out. It is the most what the fuck moment in the entire film.
100%. Gave me Total Recall vibes because I saw Total Recall when I was too young for Total Recall.
Well, folks, that's it. We're in agreement. We got the what the fuck moment. We liked it in the end.
In the end,
Yeah. And much better than the original, much better than the cartoon. I think you should go see this film.
Definitely stay past the credits. Apparently, might have left too early, but stay past
I'm not
the
a post-credit guy.
Yeah. Marvel trains everybody to be that, but y'all should see it.
Go check it out for yourself. I hope we didn't give too much away, but I hope we also made you interested. See.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. Thanks for watching.
Well done.
I'm the fat chick.